Hey there, guys. So I'm Gary here, and we're on the Get Going channel here, the channel that is committed to helping you guys get going with this exciting adventure of AI in friendly, easy to understand and fast kind of ways. So appreciate you being here. I'll get my hat straight. Can never get these things. Can't tell if my hat's crooked or the camera's crooked half the time, or if I'm sitting here all wonky. Who knows? So anyway, we're going to go ahead and work on a workflow today. You know, we got all this awesome open source software that we're using, but the thing is we really got to put it together for use, okay? So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to use 3 softwares today. We're actually going to use 4 technically, but we're going to go ahead and use Hunyuan, which is the incredible open source video generator. We're going to make a image that we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and use this F5 TTS Plus because we're going to clone some voice. Yo. All right. And that's going to be exciting. And we're going to use the Plus version because the Plus version has this YouTube downloader on it that makes things really easy. And then we're going to use this new software that's just come out by ByteDance called LatentSync, which is really groovy lip syncing stuff. So we're going to go ahead and end up making something that looks similar to this.
I want to tell you about Get Going Fast, the best way to get into working AI and to do it fast. Quick and easy to follow instructions and installers to get you going fast and creating things same day.
So we're going to go ahead and make something like this, okay? But we're going to go ahead and try and do a celebrity one today. So like I said, we're going to go over here and use this Hunyuan, and we're going to use Ella Purnell. Now, I'm not saying that you should use obviously for business stuff. You can't use people's faces, but for the sake of what we're doing, we're going to go ahead and do it because she's a pretty gal. We're going to have her say something about the show, and I'm going to show you how you make cool advertising stuff. So I do have to, I just see someone popped in, Texas Mofo, yo, Mofo, good to see you. You're an awesome dude as well. So glad you're here. So we're going to jump right into this sort of thing here. We're going to kind of bop around here because I got 18 million windows open. But all of these softwares that we're going to be using, by the way, can be downloaded over on the Get Going Fast page. So real easy stuff. Here's some stuff that I've been doing. Same sort of thing.
I'll give you a tip. Get going fast.
This is using Hunyuan. Well, actually, this was creating my own personal LoRA, generating an image using LTX, and then using this LatentSync video processing to put the voice to it. Same thing with this.
I want to tell you about Get Going Fast, the best way to get into working AI
F5,
and to do it.
So we downloaded a voice and cloned it, and then threw it into the LatentSync stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do that as well. So let's jump into the jumping in. Okay, so to get going, the first thing we got to do is we got to load up our comfyui. So I'm running Hunyuan through a WSL installation. So that's a Windows subsystem for Linux. In other words, it's like a Linux virtual machine. I'm on a Windows machine, but sometimes you got to do stuff that it works best in Linux, and everyone's trying to port it so we can do it into Windows, and you end up screwing up your system trying, you know, you're like doing this you're doing the limbo, and you get so low you end up busting up your system. It's just good to use your WSL if you can get it set up. Okay, so you can tell I've got it over here. I've got this WSL open, where if I click on that, you're going to see that it actually pops over to a command line here. This is a special thing that I've put together myself. Boy, my nose is itching. I guess I'm going to kiss a fool. They say if your nose is itching, you're going to kiss a fool. So, at any rate, my grandma used to say that. So this is an easy way to get into WSL, okay? But what we're going to end up doing, I've already got this all set up. So all I got to do is just go ahead and click on my Run Comfy. All right. Once I click on that, that's going to pop up, and you're going to see that you're into here. Now, if you've got to get your comfyui set up, if you don't have it set up yet, go to the Patreon site, and there is a free manual install there. Okay, you can find it. Okay, now you can go to the website and get what's called the portable download, but here's the problem with that. It makes it more difficult when we're doing these kind of projects to update it. Okay, it's not that you can't, it makes it more complicated. It's better to it's like working on a car. You know, you can get a mechanic to do all this stuff, but it's better to know how to change your own oil. It's better to know how to put your own gas in there. It's better to know how to clean out your battery and all that stuff. And when you're doing your manual install, it's all right there. You know what you're doing. And so go over to the Patreon site, sign up for free, grab the manual installation. No big deal, yo. And you're all you gotta do is click and you're going. And you'll have the same thing I have, run comfyui. So we're going to come into here. Now you can see I've already been doing some stuff. Now I'm using a special workflow. I'll put the link for this workflow in the description later. In fact, I'm going to do another video about it. Oh boy, hey, I got my, okay, I said that if I got a special sticker over here, that the thing asked me what I was going to do, and I said if I got it, I'm going to woot on TV. So Texas Mofo, woot! Woohoo! Thank you very much. You helped me reach my goal. So double thumbs up to you. And in fact, tell you what, hit me up on the Discord. I got a free software that I made myself. It's my own special little software. I love it like a little chicken, like a little duckling. I'm going to give it to you. So hit me up on the Discord, Texas, and I'll get it to you. I appreciate you so very much. All right. Well, let's get on back to, click a little like over there. Let's get back to working on this. So I'm going to put the description for this workflow here and in the description later, and you'll be able to get this. Okay, this is a great Hunyuan one. Now it does a lot of stuff in here that I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what it does. It's got a bunch of this upscale things that I'm not really using. For me, I'm a get going fast guy. I just want to create stuff. If there's something I need to do, then I'll learn how to do it. But I'm not I'm getting older, yo. Like I don't have a lot of time to sit here and learn every nuance of everything. I want to get the stuff done. I want to get it done well. I want to get done fast. So there is a lot of stuff in here, but I'm really not dealing with this stuff over here. I want to deal with this stuff over here. Okay, so first thing we do, you're going to come in here and you're going to notice that your load diffusion models up here has your model name. Now it comes default with the one that you need. So if what I do is if when I click Q, if this comes up red, it means that it ain't there. So then what I'll do is I go up here and I just type it in. Okay, now I don't press enter because I don't really want to, I don't want to leave this page. But what I do is I use this as a little notepad to type it all in. And then I can just copy, paste it, go to another browser, search for it. Okay, that's the easy way to do that. All right, now, personally, again, I've got over here, what I do, again myself, is over on my file explorer here, I have this little thing that's a model manager. So this, I've actually developed this whenever I am reinstalling Hunyuan or using different models. I just double click on this thing, and what that does is it brings this bad boy up, and then I can just actually easily download my models. Okay, so if I need to get that, I would just click. I would click on one, and then you can see I've already got these installed. I can easily delete them or add them, but I find the one I want. I just come to my model manager and download it, and it puts it directly to where I need it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, so you do the same thing. Oh, what am I doing? I'm clicking this thing all over the place. Next thing I do is I go down here, and you see your dual clip loaders, your load VAEs, all this kind of stuff. So same thing. You just got to find those and download it. I do want you to notice that this dual clip loader, it says clip _ I on there. That's important that that's on the top, and it's important that this is on the bottom. Now, again, you can just get these using the model manager, and I believe they're under text encoders. Okay, but you got to have the right ones in the right place. And then we go over here to where we can put the prompt that we're going to make for our Hunyuan video. Now, this is a really low video. You're going to see the height. I go down here and you can see your height and your width. This is not a very big video. Now, I'm keeping this low because I'm streaming and it can end up, what do you call it, messing up. I got too much stuff going on. So it's good to keep this low. Also, when you're first testing it, it ain't a bad thing to keep that low anyways, because you don't want to mess up your system. So you can always kind of put it up there, do a quick one, see if it works. So you could drop your length is how many frames, you know, it's going to be frame rate. It's going to be length divided by frame rate. It's going to be how many seconds long it is. So this is going to be actually like 3 seconds long kind of a thing. So you can always shrink those. Okay. But now, you're going to notice over here, I've got this picture of Ella Purnell, pretty gal that she is. I love Fallout, great movie, great game. And you're going to see over here, I've got over here in this, she's in a LoRA. So a LoRA is basically, we have the model that will build stuff for us, but then we it's like a fine tuning. Okay, so it's like saying, I want you to use the model, but I want you to specifically do this thing. So somebody took a bunch of pictures of Ella Purnell and they trained the Hunyuan model on it so that when they added it, they could, it would actually create her. Okay. Because if I just wrote in here, create Ella Purnell, it might know or might not, but it actually, you're going to notice there's trigger words over here. Okay. It says happy Purnell. So Purnell is the trigger word that's going to trigger that. Now I'm going to show you how to get this LoRA downloaded and into your Hunyuan folder. So what you do is you want to go over to civitai.com. Okay, this is the home of all excellent things when it comes to models and whatnot. So you can come here and get all sorts of stuff for different things. And all you got to do is you do a search up here for Hunyuan. This is the same place you can get stuff for LTX, all this other stuff. And I'm not sure. Oh, let me do this. There you go. See that a little bit better. Okay, now the thing here, there's a lot of crap on here. There's a lot of porn. There's a lot of anime, weird stuff. So thank God it's blocked for you if you don't want to see that kind of stuff. I'm not going to click on any of that because I want to stay on YouTube. So you can kind of just scroll down here and see what you got. It can be a little bit confusing. But let's say I'm just going to go Hunyuan. I'm just going to type Ella. Okay. Oh, and there it is. The Ella Purnell Hunyuan video LoRA. So I'm just going to click that, and you can see someone's trained it on it. It's 300 megabytes. You download it, and you put it in your Hunyuan LoRA folder. I will show you how to do that. But what I want to show you is it's got this trigger word. So whenever you're using these, or in particular, there's some that don't need trigger words. A lot of them do. You got to take note of the trigger word. And this is Purnell, but it's written in Leet. Leet is a language that hackers came out where you use numbers as letters. So you notice the E is actually a 3, okay? Or it's some kind of I guess it's a backwards. Is that a 3? Yeah, it's a 3, yeah. So it's a 3 as an E. So that's the Leet. But anyway, you type Purnell. Okay, so getting off of Civitai, I want to show you where we would go to put these models. So I'm going to click back over to here. There it is. And what we do here is under our comfyui, this is our main installation here. This is our main folder. Everything's installed in here. You click there. You can go to models. Okay. And then you're going to notice you've got LoRa's. Okay. So this is where you're going to put it. So you can see I've got a bunch of different people in here so that I can play with. And so you would download it into this folder. Okay. And then when you go back to your to this, then when you click on your LoRa names, you'll see you got a bunch of them. Now again, I don't want to spend a ton of time digging around on Civitai because there's just so much crap there, so much stuff I don't need. And I know so what I do again is I've created a where are we at? I've created this LoRa installer. Okay, so what I do is I click on this Hunyuan LoRa installer. It pops up this. Let's see if I can find that for you again really quick. Okay, here we go. So it brings up this, and then I can actually I've made a list of different LoRA. So you can see these are all the ones that are installed. I can install new LoRas. I got Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's Alf. You know, all these different things. So I can just click these and it's going to download it directly into the thing. Then I can also, if I want to remove it, what I do is I just click the 3 and watch, we'll get rid of Jenna Fisher. So we just click on the 4 and now it's gone. Now if I go back to my list installed, you're going to see it ain't in the list. Okay, and then because you got to keep track of your triggers, I've added this show trigger words. So then you can see, and if we look up our Ella Purnell, you're going to see that the trigger word is Purnell. All right, so that is that. But let's get back to here, and we're going to be done with this in just a second. So now we've got everything in here. We've got our models set up. Okay, we've clicked on our Purnell here. Now we're going to go over to our clip text encode. So I'm going to scroll in here. So when you're on here, all you got to do is click the window and she'll get big and whatnot. So you can go masterpiece. So this is how it comes out. It starts with masterpiece, best quality dynamic scene. I just leave that there because why not? And then I put a happy, notice the trigger word, Purnell woman. So the model doesn't know what a Purnell is. It just knows that the images that it was given, say someone gave it 16 or 20 images of Ella Purnell and it said, this is what an Purnell looks like. Okay, so when you use that, it triggers it. So a happy Purnell woman, and I just put waving at the viewer. She's wearing a bright feather boa, silver earrings, and a fez hat. Okay, and I clicked that. It took just like a minute or two. On my WSL, it always takes a little bit longer because with the Windows subsystem for Linux, I can generate stuff faster, but the initial load takes a longer time. So it's better to use when you got a bunch of stuff where you're going to be playing with it. So it goes ahead and it generates this and put it over in the queue. So we'll just go ahead and save this. I can just click on that and go save as preview. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me see if you can. Oh, you can. Okay. So over here, you'll see it says save preview. I just click that and then I'm going to save that to my desktop. We now have the image that we're going to use. I could also go right click on it. I could go open preview and it's going to bring it up here. Now, again, it's small quality. Okay. I could make this up to 1024. I think I could max this out at 124 by 124. It would take a few bit longer, but you play with it and it gets to a point where it's just busts. It just says like you got sucked in the gut, which just means out of memory, OOM. All right, so now we have our image. Now what we need to do is we're going to get a voice. We want to clone her voice because we want her to tell you how awesome I am and this website is and all this good stuff. So the next thing we do is we going to load up this software, our F5 TTS Plus. Now, we just did a thing the other day on, what was it called? It was Fish TTS, and Fish TTS still does not compare with an out-of-the-box experience of F5. F5 is a fantastic application. You've heard me talk in the past that voice cloning, it ain't really a real thing. They use it to kind of get you. It's kind of like talking any of the stuff like, oh, you heard this, voice. And it's like, F5 is as close as you get, and it's pretty darn good. Okay, so not a lot of stuff shocks me. F5 shocked me. Okay, Fish not as good, but you can train Fish, which you can't do with F5, and so Fish, in the bigger picture, could become better. But we ain't gonna train it. We just want to train this on Ella Purnell's voice. So same thing. I just go over to my File Explorer, and then I just got to go to wherever I have installed this. Again, I've got quick installer here, so all I do is click install F5 TTS Plus. It went ahead and installed it, and then all I got to do is click the run. Okay, literally those two things, and then the thing pops up here. Now, what's cool about the Plus version, this is actually my version that I changed up, is it's got, you start over here, but it's got this YouTube URL thing. So what I can do is just throw in a YouTube link and it will download the entire audio, put it down here, and then, we can trim it up. You're welcome very much. I'm shaking my own hand on putting this together. So again, the original FF5 does not have this, okay? This is the Plus version, okay? And then we're gonna trim it to just where we want to do. So to do that, we need to go find a video. So let's let's go look at it. So Texas here is asking FF5 new to be better than Mangio. I don't know what Mangio is. Let's go give it a look. I will tell you that F5 is the best that I have ever used. Okay, so what is this? Let's looking over here at GitHub. Let's see. This was, well, shoot, Mangio was last done 2 years ago, it looks like. So right there, that's going to tell me that this is old news. Okay. One thing that people do, like they'll come, they find stuff they want to get, like Voicecraft or something, and I shake my head. You can get that stuff from my site, but it's so outdated. So one key thing here is if this is the right one, 2 years ago, that's like ancient of days. That's like before cell phones time, and in this, we're still clicking with rocks and flint. Okay, 2 years ago, things go so fast. So I'm just gonna say that F5 is going to be better than Mangio. Okay, but I might be being naive as well, and if I am, my sincerest apologies. So you're gonna love F5, awesome software. Okay, and you're gonna see why. So what we're gonna do now, we need to go get a YouTube URL. So let's pop on over to YouTube. Okay, now all I did was I did a search for Ella Purnell. I just, easy stuff, right? And we're going to type Ella Purnell. Okay, and I just go and I find stuff. Now you're going to see stuff like, I think I clicked on this one first. But now notice we're going to go here.
Wait, is this you and trying to...
Okay, let's get stupid butt commercials here. All right, so you'll notice over here, I need to get about 10 to 15
Did you waitress at a real restaurant to prepare for the role?
But notice this lady keeps talking.
Do you think that's doing too much?
Okay, so I kind of click through it.
Wait, is this you and trying to build a website? Because I got you.
That was like one click. All right. So what I do is I start.
The next category is pop culture.
Okay. All that kind of stuff. So this video I know is no good. Usually what I'll do is look for interviews, or, they have these shorts where they talk about life and blah, 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 blah. So what I ended up doing was clicking on this best moments one, which is over here. Okay. And I played around with it, going to different places, trying to find stuff. And I landed right around here at about 40 seconds because she starts talking. So you notice I'm going to just kind of go here. Let's say it starts at 38.
It's like a really big honor to be wearing one. And I broke 4 of them. I talk with my hands in case you didn't notice. And so I would be very passionate and it would just kind of go flying across the room and you just hear, cut. The film that traumatized me the most was Little Shop of Horrors because of that plant. Some people want it all. I don't want
to.
Uncoordinated.
Let's try it.
Not
really
fit person.
I don't want to get eaten. I guess I'll have to eat someone.
No, I couldn't swim before I did this movie. No, I learned it. I learned how. I could swim. I just sort of drowned in like a vaguely forward direction.
Is going to add
everything but romance.
Yeah. I am proud.
Let's see.
Romance and love films, they cringe me out.
Let's start at 120.
Romance.
So I'll actually keep that in mind. Maybe I'll write that down.
My stunt work, because
okay, and it looks like I can get. We could got 10 seconds. We got up to 130.
Not fit person.
I don't want to get eaten.
Yeah, so 120 to 135. So there's 15 seconds of sound. So that's kind of how you find something. So now I'm going to do up here is I'm going to go grab the URL. Okay. And let's pop on over to our YouTube downloader. Now watch this. I'm going to just spank that right into there. Okay. Now it's going to click download audio. Let's make sure you guys are seeing that. Yep. Okay. And this will take a minute. So literally what this is doing is downloading the whole clip and then it's extracting the sound. So now you can actually see it here. There it is.
I'm Ella Purnell. I play Lucy.
My rock and my stick.
Can you guys hear that? Texas, are you there? Can you hear that? All right. Anyway, so that is going. So now what we're going to do is it's already plugged in here. So we want to find the spot that we had, which is about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So I'm going to go over here and type 1:20. And then I'm going to go over here and type 1:35. I'm going to click that trim audio button. All right, so successfully trimmed. Now I can press the play, and let's see if it got it correctly.
I don't really like romance and love films. They cringe me out. Everything but romance.
I'm proud of my stunt work because I'm proud. I'm proud of my. I'm proud of.
Let's try this. So let's actually go and cut it from 125 to 135.
I'm proud of my.
Okay, so let's keep that. So now what I can do is I'm going to click this save button, and I'm just going to go ahead and save it somewhere that is easy for me to get. So I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call it il.mp3. All right. This will also automatically save to your the folder that F5 is installed in. But just for the sake of what we're doing, I'm going to click it there. Now, what I can do, I'm going to go click on TTS. You'll notice it says choose speaker. This is a whole bunch of pre-programmed ones. We're not going to use it. What we're going to do is we're going to go down here to reference audio, and then we're going to go find the one that we just made. So I go down here, grab Ella. Now notice it brought it up here.
I'm proud of my stunt work because I am a clumsy, uncoordinated, not.
It's true. It's what he's saying here is it's hard to find videos where people are just talking. And it's true because there's always music. There's always something. The best thing that you can do to find audio is like find an interview where they're sitting down on like, you know, Dateline or something like that. Or again, one of these videos where they get real serious and they're like, you know, the thing about life is, you know, like a Morgan Freeman sort of thing. But it can be difficult. I suppose what you could always do is go find like 3 seconds of, he's saying Rachel Ziegler. You can find 3 seconds of it that is just without anything else, and then clip it with another 3 seconds, clip it with another. Because the main thing is it's learning, what is it called, the phonemes or something like this. It's basically learning the structure of how the voice goes. So it doesn't have to be cohesive one sentence. It just needs to be clear vocals, and so get them from different places and, you know, Frankenstein it together. All right, so now we're going to go down here to text generator, and we're going to say, I absolutely love the get going fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers. I'm scratching my own back here. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions. All right. So now we can just click synthesize. So I'm going to click this. Notice it's converting the audio. So it's actually using Whisper to transcribe. Basically what it's doing is it's transcribing this so that it can compare it and figure out what it's saying. And now look at that, was really fast. See how fast that was done? Let's see how it sounds.
I absolutely love the get going fast page.
Okay, so that sounds, she sounds.
What an excellent way to learn the hobby.
Okay,
Quick.
so that's not going to work because it's too slow, but you can see how good that was. So we're going to click on this E2 TTS. So I'm not really sure what the difference of these is, but I do know that often this one works better than the other. So now let's see how this sounds.
I absolutely love the get going fast page. Watch. What an excellent way to.
All right, so let's play with the advanced settings. Let's remove silences. And let's speed it up a bit, see if that helps. So a lot of this stuff, you know, that's the thing about AI. It's just generating and generating. You throw away half the stuff you make.
I absolutely love the get going fast page. What an excellent way to learn a hobby.
That's because
quick
the
installers
clip that we
and
had some error in it. That's why it's actually doing that this way. If you really want to get into voice cloning and all this stuff, what you really do is you get perfect audio quality. But we're going to get this to work. Let's zoom this up a bit more.
easy to follow instructions.
Oh, whoops. Let's synthesize it again. So we're just going to play with it a bit. Let's see how this one turned out.
I absolutely love the get going fast page.
All right, so that's really not doing well. Let's see. What happens if we put this down here? Let's see what happens. So we're going to have to get something. Might just be that our clip that we're using is not good.
I absolutely love the get going fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installer.
Quick installer. Okay, let's put it all the way up and see what happens. This is kind of funny, honestly. We might need to go back and get a better clip from it.
I absolutely love the get going fast page.
Let's go back. I want to go back here and see if we can find a better section. Let's see here. She started speaking up.
No,
see, all that laughter and stuff is going to mess stuff up.
Oh, weird.
I'm Ella Pennell. I play Lucy.
My rock and my stick.
Yeah.
It's part of my link.
Let's see if we can do this. Let's just go see if there's another.
Introducing the ultimate AI voiceover. Yep, like me.
It's okay. What
Go
we
to
might do is if this
artlist.io
doesn't
and get
work out
exclusive
great.
voices for your videos. Choose your voice. Write your text.
Is iconic.
See, all the music is going to be.
I would do anything
There we go.
for Margot Robbie. I can't type. I told you guys this is going to happen. I can't
Yeah, see,
type.
this would almost be good, but you've got the music. So you could honestly use. You could honestly use AI to remove some of that background music. It really just depends on how much time you want to spend. Let's see.
We're making a reel. Hi. What's been your favorite part of filming the pilot?
Yeah, all this stuff is just too much. Okay, let's just go with what we got. It's not going to really matter because
He called his mum mummy, and I
here we go.
I broke up with him. That's really bad, isn't it? I manspread sometimes in trousers. You know, women can manspread. Women spread. Whoa.
See, and then it puts that little squirk in there, so it messes
Took me
it up.
away. What I love is when people like apologize to me. Like
Let's
when
see,
people are
that's
like, I'm so sorry, I haven't
17
played Fallout. And I'm like, that's okay.
We need 10
You can
seconds.
stay. We can still be friends. Also, how do you play this with someone who's colorblind? I'm so excited. I love different strokes for different folks. Nothing. And it is annoying. It's annoying. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
annoying,
it's
all right, because they keep putting stupid
fine.
noises.
It's fine. You know that.
On social.
Depends on the context. Got more context needed. I'm waving both flags. Oh, I set myself. Because, okay, if...
This one might work.
I think it's okay to not be on social media. It can suggest healthy
Okay,
boundaries.
let's do this one.
It can suggest a
158.
good sense of self. However, you know, there's other things. I'm really enjoying these props. There's other things you need to know, like if you're dating somebody and they don't want to be in any pictures with you and they have no social media and maybe there's a few other weird things, you know.
Okay, this actually had a good stuff. So let's go ahead and grab this. Now, because the software is not that difficult to use, we're going to go back to our YouTube. We'll just do the same thing. Let's replace this. Download audio. Yep, you're right, man. We found one. A lot of this stuff really comes down to just playing with it and finding the right stuff. So
He called his mummy, and I broke up with him.
okay, so let's say that was at 158. And it went to, let's say, 217. Now, you only really need 10 to 15 seconds of this. Even if you put a minute of straight stuff, it's really not going to make that big of a difference. Let's see.
Text. Got more context needed. I'm waving both flags. Oh, I set myself. Because, okay, if I think it's okay to not be on social media, it can suggest healthy boundaries. It can suggest a good sense of self. However, you know, there's other things. I'm really enjoying these props.
Okay, let's try that. Why not? Let's go ahead. I'm going to download that. Again, I'm going to replace the one that I had. Now let's go back over to our TTS. So I'm just going to click this X to clear it out, and then I'm going to re-up that bad boy.
Text. Got more context needed. I'm waving both flags.
Now that space there makes me a little bit nervous.
Okay,
but that's fine. Let's go ahead. I've already got this in here. See how easy this was? All I really had to do was go download another thing. Replace what was there. And let's see how she turned out.
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions.
Okay, there we go. Hey, let's give it a little applause there. So that's great. And notice that one was going fast because we had this up. Now, I'm going to save this before we lose it. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to say use this. I'm going to use this one. I do want to try it now with the speed back kind of down to normal. And let's click synthesize. And let's try one more. And then we're going to move on.
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions.
Yeah, dude, you're right. So he's over here in the text, he's saying this is way better than that 2-year-old thing. And I can tell you that right now. Listen, something that was 6 months old is outdated now. I mean, stuff moves so fast in this space that a month ago is like a year ago. You know, a year ago is a forever ago. 2 years, forget about it. If you really think about it, 2 years ago, none of us were really playing with this. It was about a year and a half ago that ChatGPT really started coming out. It was last July that I first started, not July, a year ago, July, that I really first started playing with image generation. 2 years ago is a forever ago. And we didn't even really know much. So yes, this is a great software that you can install this by yourself. But again, if you want the plus, you got to go to the Patreon site. But let's use it.
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page.
Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to click on over to our LatentSync. So same thing as I did before. You know, you just go over and then what do I do? This one I think I have under staging. I just click into here. Same thing. I've got an install. It just now there's actually a couple versions of this. This is we're going to be using a GUI version, a standalone version that because I prefer standalone versions, although this can also run in comfyui. So I actually have an installer for this that'll just put it straight into comfyui. You're ready to go. I like standalone stuff. Now, here's the thing. If you follow the directions on the internet of installing this, it's only for Linux. The standalone only works for Linux. But, yo, I changed it. I ported it. I made it so that it works in Windows. Okay? So, yeah, whatever. That is what it is. So, all you got to do is you click it. It installs. And then you click it. It runs. Okay? So, let's pop on back over to our browser. And here we are. This is the standalone version. Okay, you can play around with the tutorials, but what we're going to do is we're going to grab this input video and we're going to just go ahead. Let me close out some of this stuff. Let me make sure you guys are back here. Okay, you're back on the page. Let me close out some of this nonsense. Okay, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag Ella Purnell over here. Whoops, what did I do? That was weird. Okay, I'm going to drag that over to here. Okay, and let's make sure, oh, that is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. All right, well, whatever. Let's scroll down here. Now, if we press play, you're going to see it's got 3 seconds. Now, this is where we're going to end up using our fourth software, but I want to show you this first. We need to go in here. We need to get our audio. We'll drag it over to here. Now, Notice the audio is 9 seconds, but we've only got 3-second video.
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions.
Okay, so we're going to need to change that, okay? We need a 9-second video of this. If we run this, which I guess we can, let's go ahead and we'll just process it. Why not? You're going to see that it starts to process, but it's only going to do the first 3 seconds. So what we're going to do while that is doing that, we're going to switch on over to this application called OpenShot. Now, you can use whatever you want. You can use CapCut. You can use anything you want. I use OpenShot just because it's open source. I like it. It's not the greatest in the world, but it works for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag this into here, and you're going to notice it popped up here. This is, by the way, our 4th open source app. And then I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to drag this down to here. Okay. And if I hold down the control button and scroll, you'll see that it zooms in. So we're right at 3 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drag another one, and then I'm going to drag another one. But now watch what happens. You're going to have a glitch here because it's going to reset. See how it does that? It goes, and then she's back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to ping pong this. So I'm going to click on the middle one. I'm going to right click it. Let me see if you can see that let me see if that shows up on your screen there. Okay, it doesn't show up on your screen. Let me do this for you so that you can see. It's hard to know what's going to show up and what's not. So let me just do this really quick. Okay. Now, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to click on this middle one. I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to go to where it says time, and then I'm going to click normal backwards 1. So now what I've done is I reversed it. So it's going to run from front to end to front, and then front to end again. So now if we go through this, it's going to look more natural. See that? So it's the same clip. Okay, cool, huh? Isn't that neat how that works? So what we'll do now is I'm going to just export this thing. So I'm going to go File, Export, Video, and then notice it's an up and down one. It's a vertical one. So I got to go down here and find one of these here that says vertical. So that, because otherwise it'll come out longer than it is. So here's vertical. So we'll grab this 1090 by 1920. That's going to be overkill. It's really not that high quality, but I'm going to grab that because it's going to be height is greater than width. I'm going to clear it to my desktop, or maybe I'll actually put it to this new folder where I saved everything else. And we're just going to call it EllaVid. Okay, notice it does this. Okay, so that was really easy. So let's get back over to here. Okay, so there was an error running this. I'm not sure why. Let's go see what's going on here. That's okay. Let's get rid of it. It doesn't matter anyways. So let's close this out. Now what we can do is drag the new video in. I hope we don't get that error again. This is going to load it up. Okay, we make sure you guys can see everything yet. All right, and now you notice we've got a 9-second video. Okay, let's process the video. Now what I can do is I can click over to the command prompt. And we can look for errors as they go. So let's do this. So we can see both. So you see it's loading, it's transforming the faces. This is so much of AI. I spend so much time just sitting here watching command line terminals roll through. The best, of course, is, and I mean it sarcastically, is when it loads and then it loads up and then goes away before you can see what happens. You're like, ah. So if it does that, what you got to do is just, instead of double clicking the icon, you can actually get into the command terminal and run stuff from there so that it stays open. That's how you fix that. Okay. We're twiddling our thumbs. Twiddle-dee, tweedle-dum. I want to go show you something else, but I'm afraid that as soon as I leave this, it's going to cause an error. So, of course, I don't want to just sit here forever with you either. So maybe while we're waiting for this, it shouldn't take that much longer. Oh, there it is. Okay, it shouldn't take much longer. So let's see how it turned out. Let's click back over to this and go here, and let's see what happens.
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions.
So that's not so bad. That wasn't too bad. So that wasn't it's not the best, but that's not too bad. I could right click this and show it.
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions.
That's pretty good. That's not bad. So if we go back over here, you can see the original. See, her mouth wasn't even moving. Let's see if we can get these going at the same time.
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions.
So there you go. So now all you got to do is just right click on that, save it, upload it to your thing, and you have yourself an advertising thing. Obviously, you can use different videos to try and get better results. Here's another one I had. Now this one is, again, only 3 seconds long. I guess we could really quickly, maybe we could go play with that again here just to grind it into the ground. Let's see. Let's go over to our application. Where's that at? There it is. So what we could do here is drag this into here, and then we could get rid of these. Do the same thing with this. Well, oh, damn it. Same thing with these. Same thing. I'm just going to right click, go time, normal, back one. Now we can file, export project, export video. It'll save to where we're at, and we'll call this Elevid 2. Okay, it takes about just a couple seconds to go. A lot of this is really just playing and finding the thing you want. So one of the keys is don't fall too much in love with any particular one thing that you've built, because sometimes it can be difficult to change it out. So let's go in here. Let's grab the Elevid 2. This one, while this one's running, I'll go ahead and show you that thing I wanted to show you. So here we've got 9-second video. Also, by the way, the better the video quality, the better the lips are going to come out too. So remember, this was a really low quality image, but let's click process video. While that's doing that, I'm going to show you one more thing, and then we'll call it good for the night. So I'm going to go back over here to our thing here. Now, again, notice we did 368 by 208. What I do when I'm just going fast is I typically go 512 by 320. A good one that you can do is, what is it, 980, I think. 976 by 720 is good. Another one, you go 1024. That's basically high definition. Those are all good. If you do a video at those things, it'll take longer, but you'll get a lot better quality, and those lips will work better. But I want to show you this really quick. Over here it says the LoRA loader model. What we can do is we can actually piggyback LoRa's. And what we can do is we can go to our add node, well, actually what we can do is just right click on this, and what we can do is just say clone this, and notice it makes another one of these. Okay, so now say I had a LoRA that puts pretty dresses on or something like that, you know, ball gown LoRA, which I don't have, but what we could do is use them both. So notice how this is going to here. It's going to, so what we could do is we could actually run this one over to here, and then this one over to, where was it going? Over to there. Okay, so you could chain them, and you could run 2 LoRa's. So like I said, if you could have your Ella Purnell, and then you down here you've got your beautiful dress, and then you just have to look for the trigger word. So it'd be like a happy Purnell woman wearing, you know, and then the trigger word, maybe the trigger dress is ballroom gown, and it will run it through there really easy. Okay, so that's how that works. By the way, we just right clicked, clone that. But let's go see what we've got going over here on our latent video, and let's just right click and open it in new tab, and let's see how
I absolutely love the Get Going Fast page. What an excellent way to learn the hobby. Quick installers and easy to follow instructions.
Okay, well there you go. And like I said, if that had been higher quality, those lips would be moving much better. So, all right, essentially what we did is we used our Hunyuan. We went and got a LoRA, downloaded it so that we could actually make sure that we get a consistent face. Loaded it into our Hunyuan thing. I will put the down where to get that workflow for you so that you can do that. We got the image. We went to YouTube, found a video. That probably took us the longest time, was to find the video that we wanted that had some clear wordage. We threw it into F5 TTS Plus. It downloaded it. We trimmed it. We threw it in there. It did some terrible job, so we went back, got another video, did it, and then it worked great, which shows you that, you know, garbage in, garbage out. Get the good stuff, get it in there, which, by the way, I'm going to tie this in. I'm going to be like my father, and I'm going to make a little moral lesson out of this. In the same way with your computer, make sure your system's set up correctly, okay? Go get my free diagnostic tool. You don't have to pay for it. Run it. Send it to me. I will look at it and see if your system's set up correctly. Once you get it set up, all this stuff works better. But anyway, all good stuff. We threw it in there. We got the sound. Then we threw up LatentSync. But we had too short of a clip. So we just opened up OpenShot. We popped 3 of them in there because we needed a 9-second video. And what do? We ping-ponged the middle. We just turned that one around so it went front to back, back to front, front to back. Okay, isn't that clever? And then threw it in there, and we yoed it all up. And there you have it. So that was a get going fast. And if I wasn't talking with you, I could have done this a hell of a lot faster, which means that you are so much smarter than I am. You got so much more time. You guys are way more creative than me. If you really put your mind to this stuff, you guys can make incredible stuff. Okay, I know that you can. And it's all at your fingertips here. So we're going to leave it there. Jesus says, do you have split values for each LoRa? Okay. You can split. So he's asking, when you're using dual LoRa's, can you make one stronger than the other? And the answer is yes. Okay. So it all works as it's, well, there's my hat crooked again. It all works as its own thing. So however much of it gets here, it'll throw it into however much of it gets here. All right. So we're going to end it there. Texas, thank you so much for being part of this. Appreciate it. And thank you for your gift, your blessing to me. And come meet us up on the Discord. Texas, we'd love to have you over. Come over to the Discord and hang out with us. We do this stuff all day long. In fact, all y'all are welcome to come over to the Discord. Literally, we got guys on the Discord. We're doing this all day long. This is what I do, okay? And I'd love to hang out with you. I want to see what you're working. Well, just send me your safer work stuff. Save the other stuff for another time. And let's see what you're doing. Let's get it going fast. So with no much further ado, we're going to end it up here. And once again, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And as always, yo.